Welcome to the EntireVariety Show, where we bring you live performances, thought leaders, fun, and a little bit of magic to wherever you are. I'm Natasha Miller, Chief Experience Designer of Entire Productions, and your host for this show.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 12 of EntireVariety. I'm so happy to have you all here this evening. We have a really fun show lined up for you. First up, we are going to have Lindsay Kinder of Food show us. She's going to walk us through her signature cocktail. It's called the Bee's Knees. I'm super excited to see it. I will not be partaking in the cocktail making, but I do have the ingredient card for later. And then next, after that, we're going to hear some music from Kippy Marks. And then we're going to end it off with a little fun show performance, mystery magical from Kane. So before we get started, I'm sure you all know, if you go to the upper right-hand corner, you can switch your view. You can see in gallery, speaker view, what have you. And then we also have our mute video, chat, reactions, all that stuff is on the bottom. So please go ahead and go in the chat. Tell us how much fun you're having. Shout out to all the artists. Let them know how amazing they're doing. And a lot of people are asking us if we produce this show, and we do. We can do it really simple like this on Zoom. We can have a whole broadcast studio stream. Just call us or email us at events@entireproductions.com to learn more. So let's see. First up, I do want to make you all aware that we do have a virtual photo booth courtesy of Giggle and Riot. So you can click that link in our chat. You can go over there, take a really fun photo. You can make it a GIF. I believe that there's props in there. It's really fun. You can post that on social media and tag us at Entire Productions, pretty much on everything. So without further ado, I'm just going to get right into it because I'm super excited to hear from Lindsay Kinder of Food She actually quit her job of selling corporate life insurance after 5 years in the business to pursue her dreams, her culinary dreams, and she moved to France to go do that. She created Food it's her business. It's another woman-owned business like Entire Productions. So we love to have you here, especially during Women's History Month is coming up really soon. So it's going to be great to hear from you. Lindsay has done events for Louis Vuitton, Saks Fifth Avenue, Bloomingdale's, Facebook, Google, Salesforce, and yada, you know. She believes in all things fun and fancy, but never fussy. And she believes that everyone is creative, but sometimes some of us need a little bit more encouragement, like glittery tequila. So let's go over to Lindsay and let's do the Bee's Knees cocktail. I'm so excited.
Awesome. Thank you for that lovely introduction, Madeline. I'm so excited to spend the evening with all of you. And I hope I'm not embarrassing anyone, but I have to give a little shout out, Natasha, to your dad. My heart just kind of stopped and smiled a little bit when you wrote, "Hi, Dad," and he waves. And this is such a weird world, but that was just a perfect example of what is so wonderful about it. And I'm sure you guys probably haven't seen each other in person in a long time. My dad right now actually is in the middle of recording videos to take his business online. And it's been a year since I've seen him, and it's the worst. But what I love about all these virtual events that we're putting together is that these little moments. So really, really excited to have you, Mr. Miller. Welcome.
Don't get him talking because he will never stop.
Oh, that's so sweet. And obviously a very, very proud dad. It's Thursday. I have all week, my day's been messed up with the holidays, Monday off, and I am ready for a cocktail. I hope you guys are too. This is one of my favorites. Madeline gave a great introduction. We are based in the Bay Area. We specialize in all things fun and fancy, never fussy, ranging from macaroons to cookie decorating to fancy pasta to cocktails and mocktails. And for us, food and drink is a canvas for creativity. So we love teaching people some really fun techniques to make stuff just next level, but without being too aggressive. So we think that, there's a lot of art and creativity to infuse into the things that we enjoy, whether it's food or cocktails. This is my personal favorite. It is called the Bee's Knees because it contains a lot of honey, also some lemon, and some quick history on where the Bee's Knees actually came from. It was on the dawn of Prohibition. So when people weren't supposed to be drinking, people started making what is now known as bathtub gin. It's like literally making gin themselves at home in the bathtub. And as you could imagine, it was awful. And so honey and lemon are both flavors that really mitigated that bathtubiness of their homemade gin. So that is where the cocktail was born. We now have lovely people that make gin for us, and we're allowed to drink it. So modern day Bee's Knees are much more enjoyable. Couple things to gather for your cocktail: gin, obviously. If you have vodka, though, even that would be a pretty decent substitute if you don't like gin or just that's what you have. If you want to do a mocktail this evening, another thing you could do is brew a little bit of tea, whether maybe a lemon or a chamomile tea would be really nice with this. I'll tell you what to do with it later, but get a cup of tea going if you do not want to imbibe with us this evening. We've got our gin, we have got some honey. So we're gonna make a honey simple syrup, some lemons, some ice. This is actually surprisingly one of the most important ingredients in a cocktail. And then last but not least, this is the weirdest ingredient we're gonna use. This is aquafaba. And does anybody know? Let me know in the chat. Does anybody know what aquafaba is? You're gonna freak out when I tell you, and you're gonna be like, are you actually putting this in my cocktail? Aquafaba is the water in a can of chickpeas. So it's this kind of sticky, syrupy, it smells like chickpeas, but it's a vegan substitute for egg white. So when you go to a hotel lobby and you get this fabulous kind of frothy, foamy cocktail, that's often achieved through egg white, but aquafaba does the same thing without the raw egg. So this is a fun trick we always love to teach. Cocktail shaker is really important. I'm going to serve mine up in a little glass like this, but a martini glass would also be really fun. We've got a jigger. So this measures 2 and 1 ounce for us. Vegetable peeler. I'm going to need a 1/4 cup of water. And then to make my life easier, a lemon squeezer. Ryan, yes, it is. It's all about the shaker, isn't it? And then a knife and a little cutting board. So step 1 is to make our simple syrup. So I'm gonna I've got, so you guys can see my little burner over here. So to make simple syrup, we're going to combine a 1/4 cup of water with a 1/4 cup of honey. And simple syrup is really fun because it's so diverse. You can really use any type of sweetener. So whether it's honey or brown sugar or white cane sugar or molasses or coconut sugar, it really doesn't matter. You can do a 1-to-1 ratio like we're doing right now, or you could do a 2-to-1 ratio to make it a little bit sweeter. But the idea with simple syrup is that instead of adding sugar directly into the cocktail, because if we put honey into a cocktail shaker full of ice, it's just going to freeze and it's not going to incorporate into that cocktail. Same deal with white sugar. If I just put that in here, it's not going to melt. So if we make this nice sugar syrup, our simple syrup, that way we know that we're going to get that sweetness infused evenly. What's really fun about simple syrup is that there is no end to what you can do to flavor it. So we've done crazy things like pink peppercorn. You could flavor it with orange rind. We did a lot of rosemary simple syrups over the holidays. So it's a really fun place to play around, get creative, and think of, a fun way that you can add what I like to call a little je ne sais quoi. It's a French term that means it's so fabulous, but I can't quite put my finger on it, into a cocktail. So the technique is just, for us, we're doing 1 part water, 1 part sugar, and I'm just letting it simmer. It does not need to boil. All I'm trying to achieve here is that honey to melt. So once it's melted, and again, I'm just getting some little bubbles around the edge, we can call it a day. And I'm going to go ahead and put that honey right back in here to let it start cooling. And this is much more than you need for 1 cocktail. So don't worry, you're not going to be slurping up a 1/4 cup of honey tonight. We like to keep our cocktails clean so you can have more of them. So we're gonna let that honey simple syrup sit. And then I'm gonna take our lemon, vegetable peeler. I always like to get my glass ready like before we build out our cocktail shaker. And that way, once it's shaken, everything is pretty seamless from there. So vegetable peeler, I'm just gonna take off a nice big piece of lemon zest here. Sometimes this is easier said than done to get a nice long one, but it's kind of fun to challenge yourself and see how long you can get it. All right, you did pretty good tonight, huh? All right, so this is gonna be our garnish. I'm gonna put that aside and we're gonna get some lemon juice going. So with your cutting board and knife, a few tricks with citrus. So whether you are juicing like a lime for margaritas or lemon, anything like that, there are a few tricks to getting the most juice out as possible. One of them is to roll the lemon or lime like this with your palm. And what's happening is the walls are bursting and releasing their juice below the skin though. So by the time we cut into this and squeeze it, we're gonna have much more juice. Another thing that you can do, I try to steer clear of the microwave, but if you microwave citrus, it actually gives off more juice too. So a few little tricks of the trade. I am going to, let's see, where's my knife? Cut this in half. And we want 1 ounce of lemon juice. And depends on how big your lemons are. The trick to a great cocktail is a balanced cocktail. So you don't just want to like dump a bunch of stuff into a shaker. You always want to stick to proportions. Again, something like this, a little jigger will help you achieve that. But a life-changing measurement is that 2 tablespoons equals 1 ounce. So if you don't have a jigger, go get out your tablespoon. Everybody's got one of those. 2 tablespoons equals 1 ounce. So I'm gonna squeeze my lemon juice right in here. We need 1 ounce. Usually that'll be about 1 lemon, but let's see, this one's feeling juicy. And a lemon squeezer, in the vein of life-changing things, a citrus squeezer like this is so helpful. So I always recommend it. That way you just keep the seeds out. If you are mass producing cocktails, there are some good organic, clean, like lemon and lime juices. But whatever you're making, whether it's whether it is like a margarita or it's food, it's only as good as its ingredients, right? So if we use bottled lemon or lime juice, it's not quite going to be the same. However, if you had to make like 20 of these, that would be a lot of limes to squeeze, a lot of lemons to squeeze. And so there are some organic, and I'm forgetting the names, but really good organic bottled juices that you can find typically like at Whole Foods. But we're just making one, so we can handle it. So 1 ounce of lemon juice right in the shaker. I'm then gonna add a 1/2 ounce of my honey simple syrup. And it's still a little bit warm. That's okay, because we're gonna shake the heck out of this with some ice. So don't worry about that. So 1/2 ounce of our honey simple syrup. We're going to add our gin. So 2 ounces of gin. And if you were to be mocktailing with me, I would have you add 2 ounces of the tea that you just brewed. And again, that could be like a citrus tea, maybe even a chamomile tea would be really good. We take our mocktails just as seriously as our cocktails around here, and always want people to end up with a really fun, balanced drink. Okay, and then the crazy part that I promised, this is our aquafaba. And again, it smells like chickpeas, but I promise once it hits the cocktail, you like don't taste it at all. It's just this really amazing frothy consistency. So we're gonna add a 1/2 ounce of that right in there. Okay. Okay, so we've got gin, honey, lemon juice, and our aquafaba. We now are going to fill up this cocktail shaker with ice, and I want it like pretty full, because not only is the ice going to cool down the cocktail, make it nice and frosty and cold for us, it's also going to dilute the gin just a little bit and bring out some of those flavors. So when you shake, This doesn't really cut it. This is not going to do much. I want you to think about sloshing everything that's down here up to the top and back down to the bottom. And I'm not like, I love watching those bartenders that like double time and do that. I'm not quite that good yet, but something like this where we're really working for it. You do have to like earn your cocktails, you know? There we go. The harder you shake this, the more that aquafaba is going to foam too. So I really want to get in there. Okay. Sweating like a little bit. Okay, there we go. And then just pour this right out. You could put this with like one large ice cube. That would be really nice. You also, like I said, I'm just going to have it up. It would be really cute in like a coupe glass or a martini glass. Make sure you get everything out of the bottom there. And then we're going to take our peel here. You can use it too to just do a little around the rim like that. And then you could twist it over the side. See if we can just do a little, trick this guy into staying on the edge there. Making some little tiny incisions. Okay. And there we have it. Our bee's knees. You can see that nice little layer of froth and foam. That's that aquafaba working for us. Okay. It's officially the weekend. It's official. I hope you guys will enjoy that, whether you're making it tonight or this weekend. And I purposely left you with leftover simple syrup so you can just easily go back to the fridge, grab your aquafaba, grab your simple syrup, make a few more rounds, and look up a great chickpea like hummus recipe or something so you can use that whole can of chickpeas. But thank you guys so much. Look forward to the rest of the show. And we love working with Entire Production, so this was a treat. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. That was amazing. And I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I do have a question because I am going to make this later. I am going to make this at home. And yes. I'm thinking about the chickpeas, a can of chickpeas. And I was thinking about roasting them as like a great little snack to have like with your cocktail. Do you have any suggestions for the seasonings to go with that?
I love that question. So this is so funny. Are you a bachelor or bachelorette fan at all?
Only in an ironic way, yeah.
So, well, if you know who Caitlin Bristow is, she was one of the bachelorette gals that now just won Dancing with the Stars. And we just did a cocktail thing with her and we were talking about aquafaba and she just pulls out this beautiful bowl of crispy chickpeas that she was like, oh, I just made these. And it's so funny because it's a perfect cocktail snack.
Yeah.
So two things with those. Number one, to get them crispy, you do have to pull off the little skins of each chickpea.
Okay.
It's a little tedious, but it's worth it.
It'll work for it, just a cocktail, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then the seasoning, I really love, honestly, like Old Bay is an easy one that is like very easy to get. And I'm recently loving too, there's a spice, it's like a garlic salt, and it's actually no relation, unfortunately, but it's called Kinder's. And it's like this delicious like lemon garlic salt that is, you can get it like anywhere. It's called Kinder's and it's awesome. I wish I had something to do with it, but I can take no credit.
It's okay. You don't have to mention that. We'll just, people can put two together or not, But yeah, I was thinking lemon garlic salt. So I'm glad I was on the right page. And I'm glad I asked too, because I know I would not have taken off the skins. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's a little experience.
Well, thank you so much, Lindsay. It was awesome having you here. And thank you so much for showing us that. I can't wait to make it myself.
Bye, guys. Cheers.
I did see someone ask in the chat if it's written down anywhere. I do have it. I'll find it and I'll put it in there. So someone will put it in there because we do have the little recipe card. So we'll put it in the chat. And next up, we are going to hear a little bit from Kippy Marks. Kippy is a spirited solo entertainer whose shows are permeated with his infectious joy. His distinctive sound arises from his heart and then through his 1822 violin consort, Isabella. Kippy's rare talent, broad smile, and radiant warmth will brighten any event to create a lasting impact. Hi, Kippy. It's so good to have you here. I love your
Madeline,
background so much. So
thank you
much
so
fun.
much for having me. Oh my God, I'm so excited and so happy, as you can see with my big old smile. I'm full of joy and excitement, ready to play some wonderful music for you. Me and Isabella just gonna have some fun. And I think you guys should be dancing, because the music is gonna make you want to dance. So don't forget to get on up and shake your groove thing, okay? Let's have some fun because I only got 15 minutes, and that's usually about the time that I'm just getting started. Start to really get into it. We're gonna have some fun. This is called "You Are the Diamond in My Eye." Each and every one of
Kippy, I
So
am
much
jumping in
fun.
here. This is Natasha, and I just have to ask you a question because you're phenomenal. Like your
Thank
whole
you.
look, but I have to say, where did you study? Because you are a classically trained violinist with great technique.
I have to say that it is a true gift from God. I started playing the violin at the age of 10 in El Paso, Texas, in the public schools. Never had a lesson, just really devoted all of my time and my energy and myself to the music and
You do not
creating.
sound like you haven't your technique and clarity. I'm a classically trained violinist. I mean, I'm not going to ask you to play a Mendelssohn concerto, but really crisp and clean. I was really just wow.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's such a great compliment. I thank you so much. I appreciate your ears. Oh my gosh, just
Yeah.
to just to have you listen and to share in the gift of music, have a fellow musician, there's nothing more fulfilling than sharing that gift with someone, and it just takes one's soul to a higher place. And I love sharing it. My
I
comfort
can
is
see
over.
that.
If I don't get rid of it, child, I tell you what, I explode. It's just not pretty.
I do not know how you cannot go nuts turning around and around and around, but you knew that was a special trick because that smile said, look at me.
Right, right. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You
Are
want
you
some
gonna
more? Can we have some
Yeah,
more?
let me ask you
Okay.
something. I
Yes.
want the best quality for you. And it sounds like maybe your background noise is not turned on in Zoom for the backing track. Is that possible?
They don't have the ability to have it coming through the Zoom, so it's all coming from one central
Okay.
thing. Are you not hearing it, or is it not coming loud enough
We
for you?
hear it, but and we hear your violin, but it's just not it's not up front. But
It's
just
not on the forefront. Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. Okay, I will just notch it up just a little
Okay.
bit, and you'll probably get a better feel for it.
Okay,
I
I'm going
appreciate you
away
telling me
now.
that.
Hit it.
Okay. All right, this next song, thank you guys so much for having me. I hope guys are having a good time because I'm having a good time. So thank you so much. This one is called Cue the Music. And it's kind of got a little hook that I developed, and it's really, really cute. I think you'll like it. Now I need your help. Now, when I say entire, you say love, okay? Here we go. Entire.
Love.
Entire.
Love.
Ooh, yeah, baby. Entire.
Love.
Entire.
Love.
Entire.
Love.
Love.
Entire.
Love.
Love.
Wanna do a boogie dance? You can dance one. Lucy Corley's on the carpet. Yeah, ooh, I like his ears.
Entire.
Love.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting on. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. I have time for one more. I know we're a little bit over. What should I do? You tell me, and I'll do what you need.
You want to do one more?
I will. I'll do one more.
My vote is always for one more. If you ask me, it's always one more.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to slow it down a little bit. There's so much energy in that last music, so my fingers are going really, 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 really fast right now. Okay, this is a little classical, a little Nessun Dorma. Oh my God, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, thank you so much for having me, guys. The entire production company, I really appreciate it. And thank you, all the applause. Hi, Jacob, I see you over there. Hi, who's the little one next to you? I'm waving to you. Hi, sweetheart. Yes, man, very nice to meet you. Thank you for your ears.
Thank you so much for being here, Kippy. Your energy is absolutely infectious. I love watching you perform, and it is just so unfair that you've never had a lesson, but it only makes sense for you. Thank you so much for being here. You have absolutely just warmed our hearts and made our nights. Thank you so much for being here.
Awesome, mission accomplished. Thank you guys so much for having me. Blessings to each and every one of you. Take care of each other and love one another. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Awesome. Okay, up next, our last performance of the night, we have Ryan Kane. He is a magician, a comedian, and an author. He is based out of the San Francisco Bay Area. Local. He spent the last 10 months performing for audiences virtually all over the world. He has worked for Louis Vuitton, Microsoft, Intel, and more. They all call upon Ryan for his engaging magic, his charming wit, and professional guidance to make their events a standout success. So Ryan, welcome to the show. It's so great to have you here. I'm gonna let you take it away.
Thank you so much, Madeline. And yes, it's an honor to be here with the Entire Productions, a San Francisco company. I am also a true San Franciscan. I eat clam chowder every day. I can parallel park at a 90-degree angle, at a 60-degree incline on the left side of the road. True San Franciscan. The only thing that offends me more than bigotry and oppression is single-use plastic. True San Franciscan. And you know I'm a true San Franciscan because I don't even live in the city. I commute just like everybody else. But among that, I am also a magician. I invite you to look closely, look through your computer screen, watch the ring. Ooh, yes. I'll do that again. Look at the ring, but don't only look at the ring, look at the fingertips, because it's the fingertips that's going to make this such a mystery. Oh yes, it's amazing. It's like discovering a dress has pockets. It's completely life-altering. But I am a magician. I've been doing magic for 25 years. I'm actually 57. This is my best trick right here. And I can sell you potions after the show if you too would like to look like a Kirkland brand Ryan Gosling. I'm nothing like the name brand, but with the club card, you can get me in bulk. But I would like to turn the camera back around because we do have a live studio audience here, and I'd love to get more people involved. We actually have a couple, we have a prize we would love to give away. To get the prize, if you're in our studio audience, you just have to have your camera on. If you have your camera on, we can get you a prize. I see one thing. Patty, can you unmute yourself for me? Is that hard for you to do? Yes? No? She's like waving her head. Oh, we have, Evelyn jumps right on in there. I see you, Evelyn. Evelyn, can you unmute yourself real quick?
Sure. My kids just ran away. I told them to come in here.
Oh, that's fine. We'll wait for them to come back and we'll dive in there.
Bring us in here. Go, Lincoln. Come on in.
Hello, child. How are you? Are
Hola.
you a Vulcan? Live long and prosperity to you, buddy. I don't know if we own that, but we might have to pay royalties because we did this, but there we go. Evelyn, we have a bunch of prizes we could give away here. All I need you to do is just name any number between 1 and 74.
24.
24. Look, I want you to see in my notes app here, you can see I have one of those items is 74 fantastic prizes. Can you see that there? I'm going to open that up and you can see there's just a bunch of fantastic prizes you can win there. There's Xboxes, there's TV screen stuff, and they're not in any particular order, but as we scroll down here, you can see probably that, what is number 24?
Read it, Jacob.
A high five.
You want a high five, Evelyn. There you go, through the screen. Bam, oh, there we go. If you weren't already on a touch screen, now you are. There you go. You could have had any of those other prizes, but you want a high five. There you go. Thank you so much, Evelyn. And kids, feel free to hang out, watch the magic. It'll be great for you too. I've been doing magic again my entire life, but most of it's been in person, corporate events, trade shows all around the world, and in walk around situations at cocktail parties. So these virtual environments have been kind of new, weird. I mean, let's be honest, right? Like it's never been easier to stare into your coworkers' homes and judge their housekeeping than it has been lately. And I have a backdrop, so clearly I'm a slob. This isn't even fake virtual. This is real Shane back there, and it's not as cool as Kippy's backdrop. He's got a very vibrant one. Mine is more middle school picture chic. But one of the things I do really enjoy about the virtual magic is the ability to now utilize, in addition to the conjuring techniques and magic techniques I've spent a lifetime mastering, I also get to use the secrets of movie magic as well. This is one of my favorite secrets of movie magic. Right now, one of these glasses appears larger than the other. But of course, this is just an optical illusion. It's forced perspective. They use this in the Harry Potter movies and the Lord of the Rings movies. If we bring the glasses in closer, the reality of the situation is revealed, and you can see that the glasses are the exact same size. You're skeptical. I will prove it to you. I'm going to use just enough milk to fill this center glass. No more, no less. Just enough milk to fill that center glass. And we're going to use this milk to prove to you that these two glasses are the same size. Because right now they don't appear to be. One glass appears larger than the other. But if we do just a little bit of that movie magic, one glass begins to grow or the other one shrink. Either way, it's unsettling. Particularly if you're lactose intolerant, in which case this trick is an absolute killer. But it does work. It does work. You can see, not spilling a drop, the milk perfectly fills the second glass, proving that the glasses are the same size, however improbable. And that is the power of forced perspective. Just this ability to bring one glass closer or farther away from the camera is all it takes to make them apparently change sizes. And that, my friends, was a camera trick inside of an optical illusion stuffed inside of a magic trick. This is the turducken of deception, if you will. And I hope it'll stick with you for just as long. We've got what wows going in the chats. We've got people swear. I know it's insane. If you see anything that you like, folks, hit that clap emoji. If you really like something, stand up while you hit the clap emoji. Those are the proper tools to do there. I spilled some milk, which always seems to happen during this routine. I have one final thing to share with you before we take off and we all scurry back to our own corners of the internet. This final piece uses 3 objects. Object number 1 is a martini shaker. Object number 2 is a deck of cards. And the third object is going to be, I just saw him, Martin. Martin, you will be our third object. I'm going to add you. Can you unmute yourself right there? Martin, 3 objects that you can always find at a bar. I'm only kidding, Martin. I know you haven't been to a bar lately. I know this because I've seen you at the meetings. Can you say hi, Martin?
Hello.
Hello, how are you? You are stranded in the desert. You are on 5G, my man. It is working well for you.
Good.
Love the enthusiasm, Martin. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to prepare our cards. We're going to prepare our ingredients here. I'm going to shuffle the cards, Martin, face up into face down. If anyone at home has OCD, I recommend looking away now because this will create quite a mess. But Martin, I want you to see the cards really do go every which way. It is a complete mess. Some cards face you, some cards face me. An anxiety-riddled contraption if I ever saw one. Martin, the cards go into the martini shaker, and mine is not nearly as nice as Lindsay's, but no, it's at least not a pineapple. But the cards go into the martini shaker a complete mess. Some cards face me, some cards face you. And Martin, this is where you come in. I need you to name any suit of playing cards you like. That's hearts, spades, diamonds, or clubs, or if you prefer, Martin, hearts, clubs, spades, diamonds, or puppy feet. Which one would you like, Martin?
Let's do hearts.
Hearts, I love it, Martin. You are fantastic. Now, I don't want people thinking that you and I are working together. So, Katie, can you unmute yourself real quick there? Oh, look. Are you Katie, or is it the baby who's named Katie?
I'm Katie.
Hello, Katie. Pleasure to meet you. Katie, I need you to name any value of playing card you like. That's ace through 10, jack, queen, or king. Which one would you like, Katie?
Queen, please.
Queen?
Or Beyonce.
Queen, inspired by Beyonce, and I'm sure she's watching in the audience, so that's a great shout out for her. Fantastic. So, by the way, I should mention the only normal job I've ever had in my life was the 1.5 years that I spent bartending. And I learned a lot about people, Katie, bartending. For example, I learned that the people that say hearts, pick hearts, usually do so because they've destroyed their liver. And Katie, the people that choose queen are always the best tippers.
I also come from a hospitality background, so I like.
There we go. I love it. I love it. Katie, somewhere inside this mess of playing cards, there's a queen of hearts. I'm going to try to find it in a really interesting way. It's inside the martini shaker. Cannot get to it. But the queen of hearts coming up, served for you right here. This trick is in many ways the bee's knees. I really like this trick, by the way, because it combines the two things that I've done professionally, magic and bartending, into one singular moment to disappoint my parents. Queen of Hearts, selected by you. There we go. All right, if I've done this correctly, all of the cards that used to face all different directions should hopefully now face one direction.
Oh.
Wait, let me finish. They should all face, They should all face one direction except for one playing card. They all face one direction except for one playing card. Martin, you chose heart. Katie, you chose queen. If that's the queen of hearts, I expect you all to go absolutely wild, stand out on your front porches, scream to the heavens. Queen of hearts asked for, queen of hearts delivered.
Wow. Very great.
That's what I go for in life.
Nice, Ryan.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you so much. And we will end on that note, more specifically.
Whoa. Where's the olives?
Oh, lemon.
The
with a
onion.
twist.
Twist?
Lemon twist, got to go with that because I don't stock olives in my house. I stock pretty much how that works. Cheers to you. Cheers to entire productions team for having me. And I have been Ryan Kane. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, Ryan. Oh my gosh, you guys, we have to stop having these amazing people on this show because I keep seeing my face and my reactions, and it's not that cute. But that was amazing. Oh my gosh, Ryan, that was so cool. And I think we do need to get you a pineapple shaker. I think just that little bit of like Food La La flair.
My partner, my girlfriend was a closing cast member of Beach Blanket Babylon in the city, and she wore the pineapple. So we have so much pineapple stuff here in bananas. It's insane. So
oh my gosh,
yeah.
That's okay. Well, I'm sorry. Why don't you guys do like you haven't figured out how to like duet this yet or anything?
We have some ideas, but our schedules are so different that we each have our own things that it never quite crosses over.
Well, when you figure it out, let me know because I see more magic happening there. That's so funny. That's awesome. What a coincidence. The world just gets smaller and smaller every day. Well, thank you everyone so much for joining us. It's not exactly 6:30, but I'm going to let you guys run off and enjoy your evenings. Thank you so much to Annalisa from our team and all of the entire productions team for making this happening. Thank you so much to Lindsay Kinder, Kippy Marks, and Ryan Kane. You were all so amazing. Just so nice to have you all here and listen to some amazing music and see so much amazing talent all on one screen. So thank you again for everyone for showing up and for everyone that comes and watches. Otherwise, it would just be us talking to each other and we would have fun, but probably not as much fun. So thank you again for everyone for coming. And please use the photo booth. If you want to book any of the talent from tonight, just email us at events@entireproductions.com. And our next show is March 18th. So please register for that. We're going to put that in the chat right now so you guys can just get on top of it. Don't have to worry about it a month from now. So thank you again to everyone. Have a great night, and I'll see you next month. Bye.
Thank you so much. Mwah, 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 mwah.